Welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. Last time we finished exploring everything that we can at the moment. Anyway, there's a couple things we can't do yet. We'll be able to do them soon. I know of all of the dungeons, since we can go in all but one dungeon, there are actually 2 dungeons that I am doing first. The rest of the dungeons, the remaining 5, you guys can choose for me. There's going to be a link in the video description. If there's not, somebody yell at me and I'll put one in the video description. Hopefully I don't forget. But there will have been a poll up on the forum for perhaps a little while now. And there's still a good amount of time before that poll closes, though, for you guys to get to choose. And I will do them in order of popularity. So, head on over, link in the description, go vote. You do have to register on the forum, though, but registering may not be a bad idea anyway. Because there's cool people there, and y'all can talk about stuff, and they're alright. So with that said, though, we're actually going to be heading to the Thieves' Town. This was the first dungeon we unlocked, and I believe it was also probably one of the first ones you're expected to do, seeing as it was so close to where you started. This place also nets you something very nice in the way of progression. I don't have my hookshot equipped. Yeah. I think somebody asked, like, what was in this door? Nothing. You can't go in this door. That door is an exit. We'll get back to that. The Thieves' Hideout. Gonna need more lyrics than that. I don't know, maybe you're on your way. And there's a girl trapped down there. I don't believe that girl ever actually gets a proper name. I think she's always just referred to as Thief Girl. But if you recall, there was a Thief Girl that perhaps did something that the King of Thieves, or the Bandit Leader, or whatever you want to call him, something like that? I don't know. There was a Thief Girl who did something that the Bandit Leader wasn't that fond of. And she's right down there. I do want to say, real quick, I love so many of the dungeons in this game. Because even though I feel like they are, for the most part, much smaller in scale than the dungeons in Link to the Past, I feel like they also all do something very unique. And this one just being the idea that, like, this whole dungeon is about rescuing her. And she's way down there. We gotta get down there somehow. Well, there's something up here. There's not a lot we can do up here, though. I can go over here. Hey, there's a chest. With 50 rupees. Go me! Now, if I could just jump off this, that'd be pretty keen, but I can't. So we're just gonna have to go this way. It's the only other way we can go. So we got a couple of these things we gotta step on. There's 1, 2, and 3 back in there. And there's 2 statues. So we gotta hit that switch so we can come in here and grab these guys. And we gotta move these guys around onto them switches. Makes sense. They still move kind of slow, but I don't know, you're moving a giant statue. How fast do you expect them to move? I like how that little arrow shooter thing, like, it actually sticks out a little bit when it shoots. Like it's spitting them out, going puh, puh, puh. You scoot this guy Just a little bit back here. Another 50 rupees! Man, making all that money. And the door opens. Now, I don't know about you, but, I feel like there's gonna be a much faster way to get to that thief girl than going around some huge dungeon, running through all kinds of crazy crap. Just to even get to her. I mean, we saw her before. So I'm gonna just put that there. And hey, we're here! That was nice and easy. Accidentally. Boop. Now she's locked in here. The only way we got in was with these bars, but we can hit that switch in here with her and use that to make our way somewhere where we actually can free her. Of note, what I did just a moment ago, that is a pretty substantial sequence break, but what I did anyway, doesn't actually help much. Because I'm gonna have to go through those rooms anyway, so I'm gonna have to make my way back and do them anyway. You see this little eyeball guy in here? If you stab him, he turns into a bomb. He's there sort of so if you don't have bombs, you can get through this. Because you have to bomb that, and then there's a little passage in here. Which takes you around this way. And then you can get up on top of all that crap. I can even go over here. How y'all doing? I'm on the roof. Look at me, being on the roof. You're not supposed to go this way. It was much easier to just go across this, or just to like walk across that and go up here. Because this is where you're supposed to go. We go up here and hop down here. That's terrifying. These guys, despite it being somewhat terrifying, these guys aren't actually anything special. We've seen these enemies before. These are just those big statue guys that like have their eye and then they come after you for a second and they go away. And then they stop and close their eye. We've seen these guys a couple times before. There's a shortcut back to the entrance. Now, the glitch that I did before, what I did was I took the two statues and I made it so one of them would shove me through the floor. You can do that one a little bit differently, so that it puts you on top of the wall around, like, the room, like legit that wall up there. And then you can actually run around and do a bunch of stuff. Like, well, to be honest, you can go run around and set up the area, so you don't have to go back like I'm going to have to go back. But we went through all of that and got a key, and at the end of that glitch, you can actually then walk over there and jump into that mini-boss room. It's a neat thing. It requires a little more finagling than I'm willing to dive into, but, oh, that's right. You don't follow me automatically. From this point, you're actually running around, and she will be following you. You have to press A to call her, and then she will follow you around. And of course, we can't get out the easy way. Your goal at this point is to take her and get back to the entrance. Now, when you get her on a thing, you can talk to her again. And get her to stand still. Another way is merging with the wall, gets her to stand still. And if you happen to have the dash boots, doing that for even a moment gets her to stand still. Now be careful, because these guys are actually going after her, specifically. I mean, I guess they're moseying after her slowly. But if they manage to get to her... If they manage to get to her, they'll grab her and take her back to her cell. And you've got to go back and get her. Honestly, not even hiding the fact that she just really doesn't want to fight. Okay, nothing much she can do here, so we gotta go over here and hit this switch. So she can now come across. Once again, not a lot we can do. There's a torch over there and a torch there, so we can't go that way. We gotta merge over here. Bats! These eyeball guys are the same as the other guys. The other guys were just red. And I think had more HP or something. Not a lot we can do here. Even if we do this, there's the torch right there. So we's gonna have to go for a swim. You know what we need to do is hit these switches, but we clearly can't. But we can do that to get the thief girl over here. Now, Thief Girl can't swim, so we're going to have to at least make do for the moment without her. But really, we just have to go over here and pull this lever. Lever pulling. And now we can go back and get her. Didn't actually need to hit that then, but... Oh, we can also go in here now. Oh man, money. Money, money. Now you may notice, looking at the compass of this area, there is actually a chest in the upper left corner of this room in a wall. You can get to that, don't worry. Now, they intend this to be a little more complicated than it is. Like, I don't know, you go over here and set it there, and you do a thing to get her up. Or you can just go over here and, like, lay a bomb and then run for it. Assuming the lady doesn't get in the way. That isn't going to hit it. Lady, move. There we go. And now that we're both up here, we can actually skip a section, because you see them jump down. If you kill them, you get to a thing, but if you don't want to bother killing them or getting the thing, then you can just run to the right. But I would like the thing. Speedrunners would generally avoid it. But I have little reason to, especially because it is something very nice. Lady. Man, look at that wall go. Wall is going, man. And look at all this money we're getting. And at the end is a large chest. Now, up until now, we've only seen large chests containing the boss key. So one might assume, boss key. Oh no. Master Ore. Master Ore, which can be used to power up the Master Sword. Sadly, you cannot do this with only one Master Ore. You have to have two in order to power it up. So you have to have two, so we probably won't be getting the second one for a little while. But, probably won't be getting the second one for a little while now. But, it's there. It's a thing. It's not as nice as getting, like, a legit, real fancy item in the dungeon. But, hey, at least it's something. I don't know, I've always been of the opinion that just straight up getting something nice is better than getting something that will eventually add up to being something nice. That's just me, though. Okay, that's just a heart. I was thinking that may be a ruby. Oh man, I left her back here. Okay, now at this point, we can't actually go much further. So I'm going to have to go back and actually do those first few rooms that I didn't do the first time around. That should be pretty simple to get to, though, because right up here... Watch me. God dang it. Okay, this may prove more difficult than I expected. But, later, weenies. Oh no, we lost her. Whatever will I do? I think because she's not supposed to be in this room yet. But that's okay, if you do manage to lose her... I gotta hit a switch. Somewhere. Oh, I can go up here and do this. There we go, that'll do it. They got the bomb guy right there in case you need him, but I have bombs. And I messed up. Yay, the door opened! As long as I'm here, I'm gonna go back a little bit. God dang it. Lady? Getting tired of your crap. She was trapped behind the door, though. That was sort of hilarious. Okay, a couple more guys will jump out at you here. No biggie. In fact, these guys are pretty easy to deal with because you can just kind of stab them onto the conveyor belts. And then half of them will just kind of fall into a pit. Okay, let's see here. I want a hook shot. Suffice to say, though, normally you would be doing these rooms backwards. And honestly, they wouldn't be that different. I like the way she looks around before she goes back up. Or before she follows you up. But like, the first time through, you'd be doing these rooms backwards, sort of, and they're not really that different. Killing that rat. A number of the enemies would be dead, though, because it actually saves when enemies are dead. This actually gives you a shortcut from here. Lady, come on. This actually gives you a shortcut from here. So if you manage to lose her from here on, you don't have to go through the past couple of rooms. If you can make it back to the room just down below, you'll see that little glowing pad light up. You can step on that and it'll teleport both you and her up here. So that'll actually save you a little bit of trouble. And then we're back in this room. Do that so she's safe. They can't get to her, so I'm gonna kill these nubs. I'm gonna be honest, I am very surprised at how... Like, I'm very surprised that I didn't actually have to do any backtracking and going through these rooms forwardly. I'm really surprised at that. Well, we can't get out. I suppose this works a little bit like the thieves hideout in Link to the Past, where you had to go grab the lady, and then, like, at the end of the dungeon, the lady just turned into blind. I suppose this dungeon works a little bit like it, but I think this is just a lot more overtly about rescuing her. Even if, like, mechanically it may be sort of similar. Okay, now what you gotta do here is after you step on that, this thing will go back and forth. You can actually save a little bit of time. Speedrunners will do this mess. Because I don't think you can get up there in time. There we go. Big key. I don't think after you hit that, you can get up here in time to get on this thing, to go across. And then you're stuck waiting on it this whole time as you're just going... Mrrr. But another speedrunner trick. You can just run over here, stand off to one side, do that to get on top of it, and then run over this way. And get the thing! Boss time! Oh no. Oh no. You're terrifying. Are you blind? Because I feel like you're still blind. Also, notice he's using as a shield the same thing that we've been getting on a couple times up until now. Whoa, not getting near you. You're big and mean. Yee. He'll block you, so you can't actually hurt him, but you can just do that to get behind him again. I'm actually told that the hammer sort of breaks this boss. Of course, I'm not doing it right at all. And he'll eventually toss the shield away, and now you've got to fight him legit. After a couple hits, his head will fly off, which is the same thing as, Hey, rude. I'm told that the hammer will kind of break this boss, but I think it's more of a speedrunner thing that it'll break it. Because, honestly, it's not doing me a lot of good, but I imagine if I was, like, really good with it, I'd just be able to wreck. Because if you time it right, you can even hit him multiple times with it, and stun him a little so you can keep hitting him. You also don't have to do the shield thing more than like once or twice with the hammer either if you get it right. I'm not good at it though. Whatever. I'm just relaying information. No heart piece. No nothing. No. Nothing. But that's our exit. And we managed to get out with the thief girl. I was very surprised to see that there's very little in the way of fan art of this lady in the world. In all the world. And there's the painting. Not really. That won't be the last we see of her, but we may not see her again for a little while. Ready to stab somebody. Heck, I already did. Sure did. Well, sometimes fate dictates otherwise, I suppose. I really like this guy, though, because, like, he doesn't hold any ill will against you. He's not, like, bummed about that, and he still wants to do that, and he's angry at you for doing the thing he wanted to do. No, I like that he understands the role he's been given, and he understands that someone else has the role of the hero, and he is more than happy to actually set things aside and say, I'm gonna do my job to make sure crap goes well and does right. The guy's alright. That's right, you had the sand rod. I'm not turning it back into anybody. I'm keeping this crap. I also like, after you rescue a sage, they come and appear in this place. And you can then actually wander around for a second and talk to them again. That's cool, man. I like that. I like that, and I really like, I've already mentioned, I really like the dungeons in this game. There's like 3 dungeons specific. Oh, hi. No, wait! Well, I was gonna keep that, but he was just rude. But I really like the dungeons in this game, too. Because I feel like the dungeons all have a theme to them, an interesting theme to them that's beyond just, here's a room, go through the rooms, get to the end of the dungeon. Go forward until you find a locked door, go find a key, go through the locked door, go somewhere else. Like, I really like that there is something neat about these, something more unifying to all of them. And the next dungeon does something else reasonably interesting. But that will be saved for next time. So until then, everyone, we can get stuff now. We can do things, yeah.